We're going to start this thing off real hot. I got the video pulled up. As always, I am using some crazy different microphone contraption for this live stream, so please let me know if anything goes awry at any point. Here is Malheiros' round of, I believe it's 21 repetitions. Now, if you've been following along on Instagram, you'll know, is the audio good before I get into all this stuff so I don't have to repeat myself over and over and over again? Audio. Please let me know if the audio is any good or if you can't hear me at all. Crisscross applesauce. That's absolutely right. I really got 335 repetitions on the workout, but I didn't video it, so I had to settle for a score of 286. Thank you, guys. I figured that this microphone would be better than the one I listened back to one of my older videos that I had done live, and it was a little bit fuzzy, so I didn't like it very much. So if you've been following along on Instagram, you'll have seen this. Malheiros posted his score. He's somebody that I keep tabs on, especially when it comes to these longer endurance workouts. And it's purely because I would like to know if he's getting any better. You know, because last year, or you may remember the year with the shuttle runs that I made the video saying you could walk. And my claim to it was that I was able to curate a score better than Malheiros, and I walked. I think that it is absurd that myself as a full-time YouTuber, former high-level CrossFit athlete, was able to walk on an open workout and beat a perennial CrossFit Games athlete. So I always want to know, and I want to keep tabs on how he's doing when it comes to his capacity, endurance, body weight sorts of workouts. So as soon as the open deadline was closed, I go and I check out Guy. I see his score. Lo and behold, there's a video there. I see the video. I start clicking through, and I see his footwork. I get to this round in particular, and I kill the audio there, and we're just going to watch it. Over to the right, you're going to see Jake Lockhart. Jake's the dude who does all of the programming over at Mayhem. You see Luke Parker judging him. You see Jorge Fernandez is the judge of Guilherme Malheiros. Jorge does not have a great angle. You'll see Zoe standing right behind him. And this is what we're seeing. This is a little bit of what you saw on my Instagram. What you're going to notice is some of these reps actually count. And that's the crazy thing. The stuff you'll have seen on my Instagram are repetitions that without a doubt did not count. Those are coming up a little bit shortly. So like that one, it's really freaking close. It would be impossible. And at which rate you would just say, hey, don't do this. Who told you that this was a good idea, Guy? Nobody. I have a couple of different funnels that I want to go down here. When you are somebody at the level of Guy, that one did not count. And you do, that one definitely did not count. That was a no rep. And it's because of the fatigue. This is the debate of the century from John Young and Bryson Del Monte the other day on the Update Show on the Sevon podcast. They were going at it, and I think that the basis of the argument is that, in theory, what they're doing here, and even what Jake's doing a little bit of it as well. In theory, what's going on, especially when Jake goes from left to right, look at this. Like, that counts. Because if you pause Jake's rep, let's look at Jake on the right really quick. Sorry, Jake, you're catching strays, but see this? It says both feet have to be in the air. And at this point in time, Jake Lockhart, that is also a no rep, as stated by the rule book. We came here to watch Guy, though. So if we go back to like the 11-something mark, 11:15, and we pause a couple of these reps by Guy, that would have been a good one. If I go back a little bit further. I know that he absolutely hates this, but Guy, this is what happens when you never take any sort of criticism. When you block me multiple times on my Instagram, that's a no rep. Why, Guy? Because both feet are in contact with the floor as you're traversing the dumbbell. The standard of movement, as stated by CrossFit on 25.1, you can go look it up right now, and maybe I'll pull it up at some point during this, is that you have to have both feet off of the floor. You don't not only not have both feet off of the floor, you have neither feet off of the floor. All right, so if we keep going, let them go a little bit. We already watched all these straight through. And if you're Jorge, or if you're anybody in that room right now, you should be watching Guy do this, and in real time, you should be able to say, nope, that one don't count, Guy. What's going on? Jorge's maybe a little bit jet-lagged. He was over in, see? Both feet in contact with the floor. That one don't count, Guy. That's 3 consecutive repetitions that do not count. All you have to do is tell him one time. Or if you're anyone in the room and you're looking at that, it's like, nope, that don't count either. So here's the thing. Guy's deep into the workout. He's clearly hurting. We know that he's not good at this sort of stuff. Those aren't excuses for him. All it had to do is that years ago when he blocked me the first time for calling out some of his standard of movement, He should have taken some accountability, maybe reached out to one of these coaches, maybe started going down the path of increasing his awareness of what he looks like as he's moving. But no, he doesn't want to do that. By the way, his dumbbell shoulder to overhead are phenomenal. This is it. Guy behaves like a diva. I didn't read the entire thing. He must like Danny Spiegel. I say that they're very similar athletic-wise, athlete-wise. I don't know who Uncle Roger is. So shoulder overhead is great. And I think after he goes through that round, he tries to pick it up a little bit because he's at the 13-minute mark. And after he tries to pick it up, his movement actually gets much better. Look at this. Nothing wrong with that one. Nothing wrong with that one. Why didn't you just do this the whole time, Guy? Your hybrid athletic training didn't prepare you to do this throughout the entire workout? What's going on? I cannot believe that there are going to be people, Guy Malheiros included, who are going to watch my critique of his 25.1 video, and he's going to think that I'm a hater. I didn't look at the live viewers. There are 625 of you right now watching this thing. And of the 625 of you right now, I bet that it is a 99% certainty that of that one round in particular where he is clearly stepping over the dumbbell, you can tell that I'm not being a hater. I'm now giving him praise for his ability to move over the dumbbell like a normal human being, like most of the population did. What did that one look like? We slow it down. The thing about it, what is Jorge doing? See, he's like right there. That's like damn close. Just don't move like this. You are in the home of the greatest to ever do it. Why don't you take a little bit of what that man would do? And he was the best mover in this space for as long as it could be. And here's the thing that happens when you're somebody like Guy. Everyone wants to see what you're up to. That is evident through the 600 people watching right now. Everybody wants to see what's going on with Guy Malheiros. You're making everybody at Mayhem look bad. Everybody. Everyone in that room right now, Dom's looking at you. What are you doing, Dom? Tell him, Dom. Jake's over there grinding his face off. We don't know what's going on with Jake. Jake's having a couple of movement issues of his own. But if we go to the beginning of the video, you can see that, and this is something I want to talk about as well. He's early on. He's doing his burpees. He's going to get back and forth from his lunge. And check it out. Think about this as a restart to a new statement. We've looked at the fact that Guy isn't moving well. Now we're going to kind of turn the page, new chapter. This is me saying that the 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing is 100% necessary because CrossFit has put Guy Malheiros in this position. Not only has he put himself in this position by perennially blocking me, never listening to any sort of criticism, never getting any better, now potentially pivoting to becoming a hybrid athlete. CrossFit has put Guy into this position where they have allowed him to do this pseudo whatever the hell step. And it was also something that happened way back in, I think it was 2020, the year of the online qualifiers, where it says that you have to not jump. You can step both feet. It's super easy to fix it. 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. I think that, and maybe I can find this workout. I think we're done watching Guy. Have you guys had enough watching Guy? You just want to look at me for a minute. In 2018, there was a workout. I think if I pull up George Sterner, this is going to be a fantastic point. Let's see if I can find George Sterner's 2018 George. And if you don't know who George Sterner is, he had the best score on the leaderboard for a little while. I think it was 341 reps. Was it 18.2? Maybe it was even 2017. There was a workout with burpees, and there was a workout where George Sterner was just moving phenomenally. Let's see. Present screen. This is not the workout that I was thinking of. This is not at all the workout that I was thinking of. Maybe it was this. Nope, not that workout. By the way, George Sterner is an absolute monster. This was the bar-facing burpee, but I think you could get over the bar any way you wanted to here. Maybe this was the 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing deal. Because see how George does that? He moves a little bit slower. I have a point to be made about this. 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing, 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. And then he goes and he moves on over to his dumbbell squats. George is known for his flawless, impeccable movement. This is years ago. And remember, this is a guy who just this year put up a score of 341 reps. He is very, very good at the burpee. Not quite Colton Burton's level of burpee, but nobody really is. So check it out. 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing, 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. I think that it was required this year that you had to do it this way. And I also think that this was a workout where I think Chandler Smith comes to mind. He was somebody where when you watched his movement, he clearly was not doing a 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. And then they almost started to adapt to the rule around Chandler Smith. But George is somebody who was evident with a phenomenal score, impeccable movement. And the point that I would like to make about this, guys, is that if you are the best burpeer in the world, if you are a George Sterner or you are a Colton Mertens, and the rule is 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing, it's not going to make you a worse burpeer. It might slow you down a little bit, and it's going to make it a little bit easier to see it. And also, it's not going to make Guilherme Malheiros any better or worse either. But what it will do is it's going to take the edge off of him. It's going to remove the possibility that he starts to move like a dummy. It's going to make everyone else around him look a little bit better. I hope that makes some sense. It would be insanity. No, Dom was not Guy's judge. It looked like Jorge Fernandez was Guy's judge. By the way, did you guys see that Tia redid her workout? Tia redid her workout. I don't know why. I don't know what she was thinking. Maybe she knew she would redo it. Maybe that first one was for funsies. So the points to be made here are that Guilherme Malheiros has to be blocked. He blocked Hillerfit regular. He blocked Hillerfit 2.0. He blocked Hillerfit regular because way back at Copassur, he did not complete the repetition at the event. He was too busy like pounding his chest and being all pumped up about it. And it's like, you didn't finish the rep. I called out the fact that you didn't finish the rep. What are you so mad about, Guy? Like, why do you block me for pointing it out? It's because you would rather just like block out the haters. But the haters have a point. I think that Guilherme Malheiros thinks that he's the greatest human being in his own mind, between his own ears. I think that anybody who says anything productive to him, he's like, what are you talking about? Didn't you see how much weight I can lift? Don't you see how many followers I have on Instagram? It's like, I am a hero in my native country. Don't you see all the flags and the little crocodiles that populate? And I think that once you kind of get into that headspace and you start turning that way, I think it's very hard for you to even be potentially no repped in a workout like that. And what it does is it now makes everybody at CrossFit Mayhem look stupid. You're in a room with Jake and Dom. You're being coached by, not coached, but by judged by Jorge Fernandez, who's a high-level athlete, who's a good mover himself. And because you will never listen to anything ever, and you think that you are God's gift to this green earth, you now make everyone look bad. So that might be the end of my Guilherme Malheiros rant. Also, Guilherme Malheiros is somebody that I tried to talk to one of these couple of the trips that I went over to CrossFit Mayhem. He wants nothing to do with me. That's okay. I tried the same way I kind of tried to talk to Danny Spiegel. At least she would converse with me. He's just like running away, staying on the other side of the room, potentially not even being in the freaking gym at the same time as me. So, Guilherme Malheiros, that's going to be the end of that segment. Your score is... The funny thing about that is he didn't even need to post a video. Maybe it's because he's hybrid boy now. Maybe it's because he's a content creator that he thought he had to put that thing up. But he didn't even have to post that video. And while we talk about people who didn't need to post videos, I'm a big Noah Olson fan. A couple of things I don't like about this video. Open 25.1 Noah Olson. Open. Just open. CrossFit Open. Noah Olson, I think I think that he's won a couple of CrossFit Open workouts. I think he may have even won the CrossFit Open before. He's a CrossFit Open phenomenon when it comes to the movements. His movement quality, the turnover of his repetitions. He's just made to perform in the CrossFit Open. But he did this whole workout. He put this video up. It has 6,000 views in 20 hours, which is not good for him. And it's also not good for his channel, which has 110,000 subscribers. There are people in the comments section. Here's one in particular. Noah is in the open. Look at this, a chill guy. Chill guy. My exact first thought, is he out of retirement for Indy or going team? 319 reps. Now, here's the thing. He's not signed up for the Open. The CrossFit Open. I guess it says, what does this say up here? Challenge your best, Open 2025. I don't know if it was meant to be done on purpose, but it seems like it may have meant to be done on purpose. It doesn't say CrossFit anywhere. I like Noah. And I have a point to be made about this. The other day, I reposted Brian Friend's shaming people for not signing up for the CrossFit Open. And this isn't meant to shame Noah Olson for not signing up for the CrossFit Open, but it's just interesting to me. It's curious. I don't know why. Maybe it's because everyone else is doing it, but you've done it for years and years and years. You've built this entire platform upon the base that is the CrossFit Games, the CrossFit Open, the community that is CrossFit. It's all CrossFit. And it seems really weird that you would post this video without the word CrossFit and then also not sign up for the Open when you have this phenomenal score. That's like really the only point that I want to make about it. And the thing about it is I wonder if he realizes that he's kind of like a TV channel. It's like you turn on National Geographic. So you turn on Noah Olson's YouTube channel, and it is National Geographic. You expect to see the lions and the tigers and the owls and all of that stuff, and maybe even the magazine, the National Geographic magazine, where you open it up and there's people with their shirts off. It's like, oh, and you look around, it's like, did anybody see that? What do they think? This is a National Geographic magazine, guys. Don't worry. It's just National Geographic. I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I opened it. But Noah Olson is a CrossFit athlete. Everyone knows him because of CrossFit. I mean, he's a phenomenal to look at. He's a good poster child for whatever product he wants to promote because of the abs and the looks and the personality and all that. But he's a CrossFit athlete. And maybe he's putting this video up because he's like, this is what I do. This is what I've always done. And that's all well and good. It's just kind of confusing to me. And I wonder how many people are also going to become kind of aware of that sooner than later. So if on the National Geographic channel, it's kind of like what happened to MTV. MTV used to be music TV, right? And then they started playing, what is it, Next? And then they started playing Jersey Shore. And they started playing all of this different stuff. And before you knew it, there was no more music. And at a certain point, Noah is doing the CrossFit Open here. A lot of these athletes aren't going to be talking about CrossFit. They're going to be lifestyle people. They're going to be doing the Jessica Griffith, the Matt Chan, where they're kind of talking down upon CrossFit, the Tanner Shuck, the John Wellborn, all of the people that I make videos about. It's like how they're not only not just detracting from CrossFit, which Noah is not doing here. He's actually doing it without saying that he's doing it. But there's a handful of people who are detracting and then also talking down upon all the people I just mentioned, Tanner Shuck, Sporty Beth. So we have all of these different points that I'm bringing up. And it's just curious. Oh, Jessica, this is an entire different topic. Jessica Griffith defended calling Chandler the N-word too. That's messed up. That's a bold strategy, Jessica Griffith. It's like, good freaking luck with that. Noah is a little disingenuous like the rest of them, especially when asking his time back last year. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing, guys. I don't know. But what I do like, if we want to kind of flip the script from things that I don't understand and things that we can't look at and point at and say, oh, this is good or this is bad, we just don't really get it. Like, what are you doing, Noah? This kind of made me happy to see that Justin Medeiros, CrossFit Shred Shed. Cool, right? Because the other day I posted this. I mean, same day, yesterday. CrossFit Fort Vancouver. That's where he's listed as an athlete, age 26. He's my height. He's my weight. He's much more fit than I am, obviously, better hair. There it is at Fort Vancouver. Next slide over. You can see that he is not doing it at Fort Vancouver. I actually left this video in particular in to see that you could see that Justin is doing his 8 reps. because he gets 8 reps on this round in particular, 8 reps into the round of 30, giving him his score of 326 reps. Everyone's like, is that not a video? It's the video, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you freaking idiots. All I'm trying to point out right here is the fact that it says he's at Fort Vancouver. This is not Fort Vancouver, you dummies. This is the shred shed. It says that you have to be doing it without, if you don't have a video linked, which he did not, there was no video linked. See, check this out. See, no video linked. There's no video to click on because you'd see the video link like right up over here. That's how I found Guy's video. I clicked on the little video link. There's no video link. He's at a CrossFit affiliate, and at which rate you need to be in that CrossFit affiliate. And this is not Fort Vancouver. Eventually, I think that a lot of people finally had that beaten into their freaking brains, and now they understand it. I actually responded to so many comments in here. It's like, what don't you get? I even made a follow-up story. It's like, what don't you get? I just liked my own post. Who do I think I am? Anyway, I'm happy to see that he switched it. That's why I put that up. The second I saw it, I'm like, oh, Justin's got like 6-7 hours to fix this thing. It's in the shred shed now. It's cool. He fixed it. And now here's the thing, guys. There are 1,000 people watching this right now. It's going to get tens of thousands of views. That Instagram post, let's pull it back up. How many freaking interactions does this have on it? How do I see that? View insights. All right, this post, the shred shed one, has 30,000. I just put that one up. How about the one from yesterday? This is why I do this stuff. As many eyeballs as possible. Look at 136,000 views. 136,000 people now understand potentially, or maybe they don't understand potentially, but maybe they're starting to figure out the nuances behind doing it in the right affiliate. Because I get tens of hundreds, not hundreds of thousands, but tens of hundreds, upwards of 100 messages about, I see this athlete doing it in this gym. And they're not in this gym. Look, they're across the world. It was something that happened back in my day when I was in my little CrossFit area, my Chicagoland area. It's like, here's a throwback. It's like, Ryan Rappaport, are you watching this? Because Ryan Rappaport, you're over at CrossFit Mad Apple. You're doing workouts at CrossFit Mad Apple. Why does it say that you're not doing it at CrossFit Mad Apple, but you're doing them over in Chicago? We know you weren't there. You see how this works? It's like, when you're in the game as long as you are, and maybe somebody will send that to him. He'll be like, I was at CrossFit Mad Apple. Oh, it doesn't say that I was at CrossFit Mad Apple. This is just an example for everybody watching. Somebody like Justin should be able to look at this and go, oh, nice. And now everybody gets to learn because of it. And then give the salute emoji. I'm happy to help everybody figure out how to do it the right way. Same thing with Guy. It's like you should be able to, and I know this is where we started, and I said we were done with it, but you look at this, and anybody with a brain and 2 eyeballs, you would figure, look at this, 8,000 people liked it. How many people saw it? 236,000 people saw it, and all of them know, Guy, that you can't do this. I told you I would eventually get to this, right? Both feet must be off the ground. This one in particular, you can see both feet are on the ground. Tippy toe, pinky toe, that pinky toe in contact with the floor at the same time as your forefoot on the floor. These are just a couple of screenshots. You guys all saw the video earlier. If you're just getting here and you want to watch it, I'm not going to go back to that video. This video is in the beginning. You can see it. Go ahead and go check it. This is an all-star comment. Austin Hatfield, this wasn't me. It's also what Justin Hatfield said right here. Remember? I mean, everyone can see he's not locking out his arm. That one was his best looking rep, which doesn't mean that it was even a good rep. That one was not a locked out rep. That was not a locked out rep. Not a locked out rep. Rich Froning, do I win? I mean, I would say yes, Rich, but this is the all-star comment. Austin Hatfield, this wasn't me. Look at all those likes he got on it. He's just leaning into it. It wasn't me. Guy, take a message from the other dude who might be sitting right next to you as I make this video. There's a good chance, because they're both in the same gym, that Austin's sitting there with an AirPod in, and he's looking at it, and he's like looking at Guy. He's like, yeah, that wasn't me. And he puts his phone away. That would be ridiculous. You guys see Colton Mertens' video? Colton Mertens is an absolute freak. Colton Mertens 25.1. I remember CrossFit used to post all of these things. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. They should just rip this video and put it up. Let's see if he's got any movement standard issues. I'm going to go ahead and guess no. He's got a steel dumbbell. All right, so I'm going to give you guys something worth watching right here. So for the people who are watching this right now, that steel dumbbell has a thinner handle on it. If that is a steel dumbbell, it looks like a steel dumbbell. I guess I can go to the beginning or the end, and he'll probably show it to us, right? Check it out. So look at this steel dumbbell. See that handle? See how it's one length all the way through? That's something that goes a long way. It's 100% legitimate. I looked up the standards of the dumbbell on the rule book or the spreadsheet, the thing that CrossFit puts out, the PDF document, and it says that it has to be, these plates can't be any more than 9 inches in diameter. And the handle, I think the handle had a certain distance, it had to be from the floor. And I know that these dumbbells fit those rules. But this dumbbell it's like using a women's bar. You know, the women's barbell, I think, is 25.5 millimeters in diameter, and a male barbell is 28.5 millimeter in diameter. And when it's like a very small thing, but when you're doing hundreds of repetitions, if you can get your hands on that steel dumbbell, especially if you don't want to cycle, see how Colton is using the left arm over and over and over again. This is a hot tip. It will go a long way. Similar to like using a women's barbell on a workout like Randy. Randy's 75 snatches for time. If you're going to want to do a workout like Randy, use the thinner barbell as long as you're allowed to. And the rule book doesn't say men have to use a male 45 or 44, however you want to call it, pound barbell. Colton is doing everything he can right here to sneak out the world record. Movement standards look phenomenal. He'd be the first one to tell you if they didn't. Let's check out his burpees. We got no Guy Malheiros is going on over here. I'm pretty sure if I pause it, look at that. He's airborne. Oh my God. See, Guy, it is possible to do really well on workouts and not cheat the movement standards, you dummy. But he's just going to be like, Andrew Hiller's a hater. He's out to get me. But no, I'm not out to get you. I think that you're a freak beast, Guy, and I want you to be the best that you can possibly be. I want you to be able to go out there and put Colton Mertens in his place on a workout like this. I think you've got the genetic potential to do so. I mean, we see the way that you move. We see the way that you look. We just don't know what's going on between your ears that makes you block people like me. It makes me think that you're softer than baby crap. Andrew Hiller's talking crap. He said Guy Malheiros is softer than baby poop. It's like, if that's going to stick between your ears, then you have absolutely no space trying to be one of the best in the world when it comes to the fittest on earth. Zero place. If you can't be called baby crap, if you can't have somebody look at your movement in the sport of fitness and take some sort of, this will make you better, then you have no place here. And you may as well be a hybrid athlete. You know who you can join? You can join Sporty Beth. You know what we're going to see in a couple of years from now? We're going to see Guy Malheiros, like that dude in Dodgeball, sitting on the couch eating a donut, just 10,000 pounds. Like, if I could go back, that guy, you know, I don't remember his name. But of course, I'm talking about this character right here. This is where I kind of wanted to end the show. I bet I see a massive drop in viewership. Nobody wants to see Sporty Beth anymore. But Dents found this video, Dents Updates. I saw it. This is exactly, if you watch my video the other day on Sporty Beth, you'll have seen the fact that Alexis believes she's an actor. She's not dumb. The more I see stuff like this, the more I think that Alexis is right. Alexis, Sporty Beth, is indeed an actress. Listen to this crap. It's unbelievable.
These videos get a lot of traction because you get the people that are hating it. And if you spread a little bit of hate about CrossFit, you get a lot of people encouraging you. And I think this is the reason behind why she posted that reel. I feel like she's probably just trying to get a lot of eyeballs on her Instagram, and she knew making a little dig at CrossFit would get her a load of likes.
You guys see what's going on right there? 3 years ago, Sporty Beth puts up that video, and now she's playing into her own role. She used to be a defender of CrossFit. She's pointing out people that are purely talking crap about CrossFit. And I don't know if you saw Hiller Fit 4.0. I don't even think that I can pull it up on this computer. But on 4.0, I put up the Lord of the Rings meme. Alexa didn't understand. We've never had the deepening wall breached. Meaning Sporty Beth is never going to comment on any of the videos that I ever make on her. But she finally did. She finally commented on it. She's commenting. She's deleting comments, which means that we've broken the deepening wall. We're that orc running now. We have the fire. We run into it. Remember Lord of the Rings? This one of the I think the second one might be the best Lord of the Rings movie. And the orc like jumps in with the torch, explodes the entire wall. We've breached the deepening wall. Helm's Deep. Battle of Helm's Deep. Anyway, I guess we can start where we ended, end where we started. The entire purpose of this video is called the Guy Malheiros situation. When you're somebody like Guy, you have a lot of eyeballs on you. I mean, purely from an analytics standpoint, you can look at his Instagram. He has 600,000 followers. 600,000 followers. Come on. There we are. You can see here, those 600,000 followers are now looking for the best of you. They want to be inspired by you. They want to do the best by you. They want to look at what you can do and think one day, if I take the supplements you take, follow the programs you promote, we can do the unthinkable. Now, it's very crappy to see somebody with his physique, which is just basically his genetic potential. We see the weights he lifts. We see how he moves, and we see that he's a 5'9" dude calling himself a hybrid athlete now. And then when you see him just slogging through this thing year after year, and now he's taking evident shortcuts on it. And he has all of these people in the room who I bet would love nothing more than to say, hey, Guy, jump. Jump. Levántense, por favor, Guy Malheiros. Sí, ándale, ándale. Is that Portuguese? That's Spanish? I don't know. I don't know how to speak any of those languages. I don't need to speak any other language than English to see that he is stepping over the dumbbell right there in particular, right here in particular. It's something that you don't need language. Right there, step. There's a couple where it gets really bad. And remember, I also wanted to do him a little bit of a solid. I said, hey, CrossFit, fix the standard. Bring it back to 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. I mean, what are you going to do? Piss off a couple 100,000 other people? You may as well. What's the worst thing that happens? You lose 10% more people? You might as well bring back the 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing. The best in the world are still going to be the best in the world. And if anything, you're just going to remove the possibility that Guy Malheiros looks like a freaking idiot right here. That's really all I have to say about that. Thank you for being here. Andrew Hiller, out.